Thank you.
That's it for the trash? But why him?
Because Blizzard polish.
Drac, get back in your corner.
Cal, do you actually know where you're going, or are we just gonna follow you and then figure out you're wrong?
If you follow me, then we're going to hell.
I know how this works, though. He'll lead us somewhere that has nothing to do with what we're...
Bye, Kale.
Potential anchor point detected in immediate vicinity. Good. The sooner you place these anchors...
Why, Moo?
Boo followed me.
Yeah, he
Right
followed
there.
him to death. He's not a healer anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Chubb, are you still puking?
No, thank God.
Just make sure I'm push to talk, please.
I want to hear it all.
Drac already makes me want to puke.
I need the Lowe's bucket. I need the Lowe's bucket right next to Chubb, and I want voice activated 100%.
He knows why.
At critical levels. Anchor placement terminated.
Raden, it can't be. You're a servant of the Titans, of Azeroth herself.
Nazar opened my eyes to his great truth. He freed me from the narrow confines of the Titan's path. Come, I will reveal the Master's glory and liberate you from darkness.
Hey, Boral, can we get a stone? Yes, please. I shall call that move the Death Knight Killer.
Same.
At least you're not dead.
Can Druids decurse? Haley's gonna be all over you.
I was decursing myself.
Yeah, it seemed longer. Like it was up for every time I got cursed.
Let's summon Nisa. And then wait for this other tank.
Is Nisa a pug?
Mhm.
Yes.
You are no go at this station, Junks. You did not have situational awareness.
Jeez, come on. Don't you have double horse, man? Chop, chop.
No, because my raid leader said, you don't need double.
Everybody come over here to the right.
Haley, Blizzard buffed Resto Druids, or they're going to be buffed next week, so I expect some serious healing.
I can't wait till you're disappointed.
You can't make demands when you're always late.
Death Knight's getting nerfed into the ground.
Oh, soak those.
No, in PvP, Death Knight's just getting nerfed heavily.
What are they doing for druids?
Decreasing some mana costs, and the idea is to boost their raid healing output.
That'd be nice. Because these monks are just something else.
Rawden walked forward. You should be proud of me, Junks. I was about to throw my
Took everything in you to hold back, huh?
Yep.
Dang, the hitboxes on these guys are so small. To get right up in
Drax,
their
stop
butt.
complaining. You're not meant to be here yet.
That's true.
Right, we need to get through like 3 bosses before we are allowed to be.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, but okay.
3 bosses.
Haley, I'm disappointed. Where's your BOE?
In the auction house.
We killed some trash. You normally get a BOE.
I sold mine. I got yesterday for 200k yesterday already.
Chubb, come to me.
Nice.
On the orange marker.
All of mine sold this week except for the one I got.
Tell me where you can target him. Like when you get into range. Are you in range right now?
James, if you want to know where to set the markers up for the abilities, I can show you.
Right here.
I feel like that's too close. Okay. Give me a second, Drac.
It depends if you're going to be tanking him right where he is or if he's going to move forward too.
He's going to move forward, yeah. All right, go ahead. I gave you assist, Drac.
All right, just a second.
Just use blue and purple so people don't get confused with the orbs too.
I will. I'll put blue. So you're going to be tanking him. I mean, where are you going to be tanking him at?
Probably in line with green in the middle. So like maybe a couple steps up.
Basically, just
blue on the other side. That's I want to use the same markers as the color of the orbs that come out. So put purple where blue is,
I see what you're saying.
And blue on where orange. Yep, perfect.
So basically, it's just where those two pillars are, kind of that width. You know what I'm saying? The two pillars that surround, that are left and right of Rodden, are kind of, that's the width we need. The people need to be for the lightning effect. And then if you tank him just a few paces up, and then all the melee and everyone else is kind of clumped up behind him, that should take care of it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So there are no additional or there are no new abilities on heroic. So everything's the same as normal. Obviously, he just hits harder. Everything else just hits harder. So take a look at the groups. Group 3. So when we handle the blue orb mechanics, you guys are going to be the one that are be bouncing. And Drac, where Drac just put the markers, blue and purple. You 4 are going to be using those two markers to bounce the orb back and forth. The first person that gets it, it's always going to go to blue. All right. So I know the first person is 100% random. So whoever that first person is, go to blue. And then that way, just how I have group 3 in order, Chubb, Boral, Trin, and Tide, that's the order you guys are going to soak. Now, obviously, we might have to tune it just a bit depending on if one of you guys end up being selected first. So we'll go from there. But if it's somebody else other than the 4 of you, that is the order for soaking. So random person number 1 goes to blue. Chubb, you go to purple. All right. So person number 1 is done with blue. That means Boral, you go to blue. All right. Chubb passes it to you. And then Trin, you would go to purple. Does that make sense? Everybody on the same page? I'll take that as a yes. Yep. Okay. Okay. And then Drac, I'll let you get the lowdown on the orb, the purple orb mechanic, on how you guys were handling it.
Yeah. So in the void phase, a couple things. First off, about the ad. So the ad, every time you soak, so there's 2 soaking mechanics. One is one person's going to get targeted by one of the swirlies, and you got to run into the group to split the damage. Every person who soaks that gets a 50% healing debuff. So you don't want to stack more. You don't want to soak more than once before that debuff falls off. So we need to alternate people who are soaking. And then the other mechanic is the void bouncing. So you can kind of cheese the mechanic. So once the ability starts, the first bounce zone is going to be relatively random. But so the first person is going to stand in, and he's going to face green. You want to get in the pool and then face towards green. And so the idea is the next bounce zone will spawn in the direction the person was facing. And so you want it to spawn right up against that pillar where green is. And so once it's there, the following person will walk in, face that pillar, facing the pillar, and let it bounce again. And it should spawn right in the exact same place every time. So you just bounce the orb up against the wall. Effectively, you can think of it that way, and so that way we don't have to chase it around all over the place. It should spawn in the same location once we get it in that position. Okay, perfect. So just to reiterate, make sure I got this correct, Drac, is the first person that soaks it or stands in the circle wants to face it towards green, right? Yes, you want to face towards green because you want it to spawn the next time around right up against that pillar where green is. Okay. All right. So everybody's got that. I'll have somebody in melee because I think every single time it's just spawn like maybe a couple paces just right behind them in the melee camp. Yeah, it's usually pretty close around there. Okay. So we'll just have somebody in melee. Actually, Drac, if you want to start it off. You be the first person, and then basically anybody else in the melee camp, we got a whole bunch of you guys tonight, so just go in there and make sure you face the wall. Hopefully Drac can get it the first time. If Drac can't get it the first time, that second person needs to get it to green, so we just keep it bouncing against the wall.
Now, Drac, just to confirm here, I did read about that where you have like separate groups to soak that, but I also read that we should be trying to nuke that ad so only one of those abilities goes off.
You can. I mean, in the group I was in, and they have pretty high DPS, they couldn't do it. They always got 2 casts off. So I mean, great if we can get before 2, but I wouldn't necessarily count on it. So, but it's not that hard to deal with. Just only soak once. Half the group soak once, the other half soak the second time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. So, see. Okay. All right. So we'll just do it down the middle then. We'll do tank. Well, no, not tanks. We'll do melee, and will be the first group to soak, and then range will be the second group to soak. Scott, you will be with the melee group soaking. Okay. And then the other 2 healers will be with the range group soaking. So melee will go first to soak. Well, actually, hold on. I guess it depends on whoever gets selected. So if it's ranged, if you are ranged personnel, call it out so range can stack on you, and if it's melee, call it out so melee can stack on you plus Scott. All right, so let's jump in here. Let's see how things go. And we'll go from there. Let me drop it.
Oh, just in the final phase, run out. If you don't remember, run out of the big purple swirlies, and then you're going to get tethered occasionally to 2 other players. You just got to be 40 yards apart to break the tether. And that's pretty much it for the second phase.
Get a cauldron, please.
I will hang your broken body.
You or me, Boro?
of this foundering trial.
Hero on, I think it's 40% when the second phase starts.
Yeah, any transitions.
Yeah. Just remember, guys, I might call holding off DPS depending on where we're at, because I don't want to transition while we're taking care of a new orb mechanic. So just remember, if I call to stop DPS, we'll need to stop DPS and then take care of the mechanic.
Which orb are we killing first?
We are killing blue, so we're going to handle the
Void first. All right, so kill blue orb first.
Yes. Kale, if that's the case, where I'm calling that we need to hold off on DPS, we're going to have to take that ad. Whoever's not tanking Raiden at that point, we're going to have to take that ad away from him just so we don't accidentally cleave on him and get him to transition.
Roger.
All right, check for pull. All right, so just a reminder, we're killing the blue orb first. That means we'll be handling purple mechanics right off the bat, which means Drac he'll grab the first circle to point it towards green, and then again we're just trying to bounce it off that wall where the green marker is. All right, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3,
Pre-pot.
2, 1.
You only delay the inevitable.
All right, kill the blue orb.
Fabric of creation. Weakness.
All right, there it is. Point it to green marker.
Get out of that, just me. All right, next person go in.
I got it.
Face the wall.
Grab the ad.
Who's next?
Next person.
Everybody on the ad. Wipe it up.
Damn, Junks die.
I did. What was Void Collapse? We all died of that.
I think there wasn't enough soaking.
It's leaving something behind. I'm making sure that's not what's killing us. Because
That's the
after I soaked it and then I got it on me, so I don't know.
That's the healing debuff. The healing debuff. So every time you soak, so Void Collapse is what the ad casts on a random player that has to be soaked by a bunch of people, and then everyone who soaks it gets a stacking 50% healing reduction debuff.
Oh, okay. I'm mistaken then. I thought that was on the Vita ad debuff.
No, the Vita ad just casts Chain Lightning.
Okay. All right. I see. I follow now. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be a bitch then. Never mind.
So usually you want to get him down before he gets 3 casts off.
Right.
You want to. So maybe it's possible to DPS him down before the second cast, but if so, I haven't seen it. So I assume he's going to get 2 casts off, and you definitely don't want to soak twice because that'll give you a 100% healing reduction debuff for like 20 seconds.
It's 14 seconds. Yeah.
14 seconds. All right. Well, in either case, that's 14 seconds. You can't be healed.
Okay.
Yeah. Did we drop 2 in melee there?
Well, I helped soak the first one, and then the second one was on me.
The soaking swirly thing is different than the thing we're talking about. The others, the pools that we have to like kick the ball around. That's a totally different mechanic. There's a mechanic where a player gets a circle around them, and
that's what we're talking about.
Need to share the soak. Yeah, but I think we dropped it twice in melee, which is what we're saying.
Right. So we need to figure out. So there are 2 mechanics. One is the void bounce, and the other is the void collapse, which the ad casts. And so we can plan how you want to handle the void collapse. When I did it, the person who had it always ran into melee, and then just half of the group stood in it, and the other half kind of backed out of it, and then we kind of swapped. But if you want to do the whole one group goes to range, the other group goes to melee, we can probably do that too.
Okay, so it's random, right? Whoever it targets.
The ad targets randomly.
Okay,
it says it targets the largest group of players.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that is true. Yep.
Okay.
So wherever there's a clump of people, it's going to pick somebody in that clump, basically.
So how about this then? How about we still have our 2 groups, okay? We got our range group and we got a melee group. All right, there's some space in between you guys. And then we just go back and forth. Whoever's selected, we start with melee, okay? If there's a second person selected, they go to ranged. And then we just keep going back and forth.
Yeah. Unless it for some reason targets a range, that means that range is clumped. So you could just drop it in range, and then the next one goes melee.
Well, we'll have to bounce it back and forth because like if like the very first one that goes out, if it's somebody on ranged, then yeah, okay, they can stay on ranged. But then if the second person that's targeted is on ranged, then they're going to have to go to melee, you know?
Right.
So just to avoid any confusion, I just want to pick a group first. That way that person
it's always going to be in melee with the way we're doing it right now. So you're going to have someone jump out to ranged once at least.
Yeah. So the first time, just soak it, just melee camp soak. All right. Scott, you're still gonna have to come because Kale and I can't go in there to help him.
Right.
We're there. We're contributing to going there first. So you just come out there to help out the melee camp.
Yeah. With that, just like I said, with me up there, it's putting it lopsided to the melee. So melee's always gonna.
Right. Are you hanging out with range or are you hanging out with me?
No, hanging out with melee.
Okay. All right. Perfect then. Just do that then. All right. So the first one will be on melee. Doesn't matter whoever gets it. It looks like it's going to be on melee no matter what though. But in case range gets it, just go to melee. And that way melee would be first and then range will be second. Melee would be third. Range would be fourth if it gets to that.
It shouldn't get to that. That should only be getting 2 casts off before he dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
if we get double stacks on there, you're basically dead.
Okay.
My death was caused. I helped soak the first one and then went and took the orb, and I wasn't able to get healed up in time.
I got you. Okay. Drac, can tanks do it?
Do what?
The orb where we bounce it off the wall.
I think so. I mean, I'm not. What's the tank swap mechanic?
I think we're swapping out like every 2 stacks. We do have some time to mess.
I mean, if you have time, you should be able to. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't be able to.
Okay. All right. So to minimize that, Drac is going to be first. Kale, I'll have Raden first. So you'll do the second one, okay? And then once, well, no. You'll do the third one, because by the time the third one goes out, usually I should have maybe 2 stacks by at that point, and then you can grab them, and then I'll do the fourth one, okay?
Okay.
Let's just see how that works. We'll go from there. All right, check for pull.
So it does 200k shadow damage. The person who's bouncing the orb is going to take 200k damage. So just be aware that it does hurt. It shouldn't kill you, but it will do a chunk of damage. Yes, and Tide's right. You can't kick 2 in a row.
Give me a second, guys.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is that bouncing the orb, all it does is give you a debuff, so you can't do multiples.
Yes.
It doesn't do any of the other effects we're talking about, the health or the healing reduction or anything.
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. Are we missing? Hold on, let me do intellect. Give me a second. And fort.
Mechanics are pretty easy once you get the hang of it. It's just fast paced.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You only delay the inevitable.
Kill the blue orb.
Heeds my call. Your strength falters.
All right, somebody else.
I got it.
All right, Kale. Grab that ad.
Who's next?
Kale is. Kale, go ahead. And then taunt Raden as soon as you're done.
Next.
Somebody else.
I got it.
All right, that's it.
Email it.
All right, get ready to kill purple orb. Kill purple. Got him. Group 3, get ready.
All right, first person go to blue. Someone at range meet him.
Chubb. Chubb is going to purple.
Did that jump to you, Junks?
Kill.
Yeah,
Come
Got on side.
No. It's jumping to a tank or something.
All right, that means tank has to move him up. We're tanking him a little too far away.
Yeah, it went through me.
I was expecting him to be tanked up a few paces forward.
Okay.
So we either have to move the markers a little closer to him or tank him a few paces forward.
All right. All right, wipe this one up. We'll bring him up.
I think you should keep tanking in where you were, because that's usually where I think what most groups do. And I'll just move the markers a little closer. Does that make sense?
I
Yeah,
think the
we can do
markers
it.
have to go wider apart from each other, right?
So
Yeah, I remember Fatball saying 60 yards.
Yeah, because the issue there is that the tank was close or was further away than the range were from each other.
Yeah, just spread them out further, Track. That's it.
all right, we can do that.
Keep them where they are at, but just spread them out further.
We'll assume the range players stay within 40 yards of the boss so they can continue DPSing, but they just need to be further apart from each other because they weren't in that case. That's why I was going up to the tank because he's on the far side of the boss and stuff. So.
Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles.
Okay, lastly, Kale, 2 stacks is what we're aiming at. So whatever we're doing, unless it's doing the pointing the orb towards the wall, anything else we need to swap on at 2. And then basically we'll just take over whatever the other tank was doing.
It's going to be difficult on the first, depending on when the ad spawns. Because if I'm hard taunting the ad, you may have a 4 to 6 second wait till I can take Rod in.
I can grab the ad because he's beelining it straight to the group, and the group is pretty close. So if it's to the point where you got to get ready to swap, I'll be grabbing that ad, and then that way you can just grab right in.
Okay.
It's a little awkward if the tank's trying to tank the ad and soak the void bounce. So if we're going to keep doing that, melee, just be careful that you're not stepping in the void bounce as well. That should be pretty dang far away, I think.
Okay, Drac, we're actually going to make a change here. Yeah, it's causing way too much confusion for Kale and I, as far as tech mechanics go. Grabbing the ad, what can we do to ease the issue of? I mean, is it just straight up personal responsibility? If you know that, hey, I soaked one thing, I soaked an orb, I shouldn't be soaking the giant circle, the group soak. That's pretty much all it is, right?
So, I mean, yeah, it's basically you're talking about soaking both the void bounce and the void collapse.
Yeah, because Tal said that's what happened to him, and then that's when I said, okay, let's just make the switch. Where we
technically, you should be able to. I think.
You can.
As long
it's
as
a matter of you get topped off between, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the tanks out of the equation then for bouncing the orb. We're going to take the tanks out because just a quick chat with Kale and I. We it's just too much to kind of take care of the ad and then work on swaps while taking care of that orb as well.
Right. So basically, the rules are: do not soak more than one void collapse, do not soak more than one void bounce, or unstable Vita per cycle.
All right, check for pull.
But you can definitely do one void collapse and one void bounce, as long as you're topped off in between.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, personal responsibility, and of course, if you find yourself in a shitty situation, just make sure you use your personals. Everyone's ready. Here we go. Do you want me to bring him up, Track, or no?
He should be fine where he is, I think.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, blue orb first.
get it. Somebody get in there.
I got the next one. Bouncing its green.
Got the ad.
Nobody help soak that void collapse.
Wipe it up. That's a lot going on. Just between the ad, the void collapses, and the bouncing the orb.
I think I was gonna bounce it there, but I was going with void collapse.
Yeah, you got kind of you were preparing to soak it, and then you got targeted. It was a weird overlap.
All right, let's get back.
I have many lucky doos you like.
We are working with the healer short. Val really didn't give me a timeline of when she would be able to log on. She just said she would be late, so I'm gonna give her till break time. If she's not here by break time, we'll go ahead and queue up for a fourth heal.
I have many wares.
So does everyone understand what those two mechanics in the void phase look like? There's two circles. I know they can kind of get confusing between the two, but one is the void bounce, the other is the void collapse, and just make sure you're able to distinguish between the two.
So I mean, one is a swirly and one is like a darkened circle, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one you gotta share is the one that is fixed on your player too, whereas the other, the bounce mechanic is the one that's on the ground.
Check for pull.
Junks, are you grabbing the boss first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kale, we might just have to swap when the ad comes out because it looks like the timing's a little. I'll only have one blue orb.
Kill blue.
I'm able to grab aggro without taunting.
Okay.
I got it.
I got this next one.
Cleave down the ad.
Next
Melee
person.
soak. Next one, go to ranged.
Next person.
All right, that's it. Good job.
Yeah, the first one is in range.
Got him. Moving him. Right there. Purple orb.
Kayla, go to blue. Someone go to purple.
Got the boss.
I'll grab the ad.
Get Scott up.
Got him. Blue orb kill.
I got it.
I got it.
I got next one.
Melee soak.
Next.
Well,
Soak's
Get
after
out the
range.
range.
Next.
I did get enough people on that.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
GG.
Kill purple orb.
Got him. All right, let's just keep pushing it. We'll see how this goes. Adder's out. Swap.
43%.
See if we can push him.
%.
Phase 2. Dodge swirlies, break bounds.
I think the orbs are okay. Yep, we're good. Perfect. Break your bonds. Let's get Haley up as soon as we can. I got him, Cal. Second pots if you haven't used them.
Decaying wound is what we're switching on now, Junks.
Okay. Yeah, I went down from that. Get Junks up instead.
Necro, it's you.
Big heals on KO.
I got him.
These personals, hellstones, everything, our mana's done.
That's right.
2.
All right.
All right, that's the fight.
That was pretty good.
I believe. Go Kale, solo it.
Oh, why'd you let me get meleeed? We could have finished it.
I had to heal myself.
So tanks, if you can, it's a little easier for everyone else if at the start of that phase you move them to the center of the room.
Okay.
That way we have more room to run away from the purple swirlies.
All right. We could do that.
Are range supposed to be stacked together somewhere or spread out?
When?
For the first.
You definitely do not want to be to the left. You don't want to be away from those. Sorry, how do I want to say this? The two farthest people away are the ones who are going to get the lightning with their unstable Vita. So you don't want to be to the right of the blue marker or to the left of the purple marker, if I got that right.
Okay, because I don't think anybody in range was really stacked, so when whoever had that orb thingy in the melee came to stack on us to soak it, I was like one of the only ones, and that's how I died.
Range is supposed to collapse.
No, what happened there, because I died too, is they didn't get it to range fast enough, and range might be too far away. We were loosely stacked, but he only caught the edge of us. And it was you and I, and we died, because it wasn't enough to split. There was like 6 range just to our left. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a matter of maybe range as a group needs to be closer. But again, that's only for when he's void empowered. Because when he's lightning empowered or Vita empowered, we need to be doing that mechanic with running the lightning thing out. So we have to be spread out. But it's a good reminder when he absorbs, like when we kill the lightning orb, range needs to kind of clump up together closer towards the boss, so that most likely melee is going to get that second time they need to, get that buff out and soak it with the range group, so it doesn't just clip 2 of us like it did there.
So basically, general rule is stay clumped up.
Or void phase, yeah.
For the void phase, yes.
For lightning, the soaker should start to move towards the outside.
Yes. So just to be clear, 'cause I'm not sure we explicitly stated it, the lightning jumps between the 2 farthest players.
Well, it jumps between whoever has the debuff and
yes,
from that person. Yeah.
Yes. So that's why we have one person's at blue, one person's at purple. Nobody should be farther away from the person at purple than the person at blue.
Yeah. I'd say we want to be stacked generally in front of this lock gate here, range kind of in this area. Unless you're out. Yeah. Yep.
Chubb, the first person should always be going to blue. So.
Yeah. So no, but it's not the range person. It's the person that gets the debuff. So it's not one of our range people, most likely. It's just whoever gets the debuff goes to blue.
Right.
So that would mean that Chubb would always go to purple. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But it's, I mean, you're totally right. But what we're trying to do here is save everybody the time and not having to think about that. Yeah. So again, the first person that gets selected with that needs to go to blue. All right. 100% of the time, you're going to blue. That way there's no confusion. Then it's just blue, purple, blue, purple, blue, purple. That's all it is. All right. Check.
Yeah. So Boral, you're always going to purple, and Trin and Chubb can both go to blue. The way that mechanic works. I mean, Chubb should just always go blue. No, but he still goes blue because the person with the debuff will be next to him. They will not transfer it among themselves. Just as long as he's not standing between the line of the connecting those two, he should be over in that area. So you should always just go to purple, right? So you will always be the first one to receive it over there, and then Chubb would be the second jump.
Yeah, that's what we want to happen. Whoever, unless it's Chubb himself, that first person needs to go to blue. I'm not sure where the confusion here is.
Yeah, I think you should just assign colors, and it shouldn't be like a first person this, second that. Then, unless it's this person, then they got to go to the other side. Just cog is always purple.
Fix. There's an easy fix. Range, like Tide, you said, would be loosely stacked here. When we have to deal with I don't really care who. Just two people go right here to the outside, and then play the game from there. When it's void, if you're soaking the ball and you have to get the void collapse, I will see you. Stay there. You will be spell warden. You do not have to soak. It will soak all the damage for you. It really doesn't matter which two players, just move out. That's all you got to do. Just move over here to the edge so you're
as long as it's not the same, because it can't be the same people, because it'll kill you.
You guys are making this shit way too complicated. Let's just jump in.
We almost fucking killed it. Just head in the game.
All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3,
Pre-pot.
2, 1.
Blue orb.
I got the second.
I got third.
The fuck?
Get 10 up.
Next.
Take that to melee.
Tal, you weren't supposed to jump back.
All right, wipe it up.
Yeah.
Well, did Range just get that because someone was trying to get an orb?
No, guys. The way that works, the thing you need to soak with your buddies, is that wherever there's a biggest clumped group, it targets one of the players in that group that's clumped. Range happened to be more clumped there than melee, so it went to a range player. It couldn't do that, especially now that we're trying to clump range. So we soaked the first one fine. The problem was we got the second one also.
Okay. All right. We're gonna dumb this down. All right. So, just so there's zero confusion here, wherever that soak mechanic goes, we need to call it out if it was melee or range, just so we know the next time, whoever gets it knows where to go the next time. All right. So let's just get into that habit of calling it out. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, I think I think so.
Okay, so we got the bouncing orb mechanic. I think we got that down. That's good. All right, the soaking mechanic. One goes to melee, one goes to range. And what we're going to do is that first soaking mechanic that goes out, whoever has it or somebody, I don't care whoever it is, this is going to be a group effort. Somebody's got to call it out. Hey, it went on melee. Next one's got to go on ranged. Range calls it out. Hey, it went on ranged. Next one goes to melee. Somebody calls it out, just so we can kind of make sure everybody's on the same page here.
I will coordinate the void collapse.
All right, check for pull. That's the toughest one. It seems like the Veto orb. That's a joke.
Beat is easy. Yeah. Beat is easy. Just don't stand between the. Don't stand. Don't get hit by the lightning. Don't be intercepted by it, and then just swap between blue and purple.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repot.
1.
Kill blue.
Get out of there. I'll take it. Get out of that circle.
I got second. Mine.
I got next. No,
Melee
I don't
soak.
got next.
Melee soak.
All right, so next one's going to arranged.
Range soak.
I'm kicking now, repair.
Next one's going to melee.
Get this void hunter down.
Well done. Killing purple next.
Nisa, go to blue. Cleave down ad.
So that applies the debuff if you're in between the two that bounces.
Yeah, you cannot be intersected by the lightning.
Yeah, you got the buff before you ran over.
Get him up.
It's a range group up. Move ahead a little bit. You can't be in that line.
Killing blue. Got him.
I got this.
I got second.
Soak range.
Echo,
I
you're
got
up.
this one.
Next one's going to be melee.
Soak melee.
These persons can't.
Somebody get that last order.
Last bound.
No, they got it.
Kill purple.
Kayla, go blue.
Got him.
Hurry up.
44%.
Turn it and read a healer, please.
think we're gonna make it.
40%.
Okay.
We got it. Tanks move in the middle when you can.
Yep.
How long on battle res?
Okay. Yeah, we got a minute. Try to keep it clean, guys.
Decaying strike.
Got him.
Cannot escape the void. You are bound by fate.
Second pause if you haven't used them. You got cookies.
You cannot escape the void. Resistance is useless.
10 seconds on res.
Get Haley up as soon as we can. I don't know, get Junks up.
Yeah, mana shot. So use everything you can, keep yourselves alive.
You cannot escape the void.
Keep it going, keep it going.
You cannot escape. You are bound by fate.
Come on.
1%, 500, 403, 2, 1, 0.
Hey!
Nice job.
Thank you.
Raden was a keeper of Azeroth, a great hero, but he lost hope. Ny'alotha twisted his despair, and that corruption festered within him.
Alright, let's head to dress.
Champions, do not let Ny'alotha wield your fears.
Actually, you know what? Let's just take a 5-minute break now.
Alert. New anchor location detected.
Just see some bro and a mount just fly through that hole.
Is certainly the polite way to put it.
That Trin.
have many lucky doos you like.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hey, Val.
Sorry I'm late. I had a surprise mandatory school thing I had to go to. My professor decided to schedule.
Just say you're running on draft time.
That's funny, Haley. You're a real one-trick pony tonight.
Well, she's not wrong.
I did it last night too. And then you ended up being very late, so...
So I was 17 minutes late. And I missed Rathian. Ho ho.
Let's get a closet up for Val, please.
Please. I'll see you guys on.
Dressed.
Cool.
We just killed Raden.
Awesome. Nice job.
Necro got his trinket, right, Necro? That's your best in slot, isn't it?
Beats
Can't
me,
tell
dude.
if you're being
Probably.
facetious or not.
Right.
I just equip whatever looks good.
Yeah.
Same.
Whereas Junks equips whatever looks not good. I mean, just look at him.
Oh, I'm in
I'm
not
match.
the right spec. Oops. I was doing visions earlier.
Drastic gas should fall without too much problem, knock on wood.
Well, now you fucked us.
Yeah, to say something.
Yep.
All right, let's get these ads. I'll get the big guy in the back, Kale.
Taking the one up front.
Good job, healers, on that last fight.
Thanks.
Val for MVP.
Yeah. You know, 120 HPS. The best.
I know Scott was jumping all over the place. You got an unstable Vita like twice, didn't you?
I think I got it every fight, it seems like.
Yeah. Haley, how was the floor?
She's
How
mad
was
at you,
what?
Drac.
I didn't hear you, sorry.
I said, how was the floor?
Pretty good. I got hit by that stupid lightning thing, even though I moved.
Get the one in the back.
Darkness within. Step forward and accept my embrace.
All right. So, the last time we did this, I think we only got a few pulls in here. But if I remember correctly, these were like the generalized areas where the ads would spawn here. So we know the drill. We have to kill ads. When the ads die, they drop the orbs that allow us to do damage on Drestagath himself. So the rest of the time, he is not taking any damage unless you have that orb. It's the only way he's taking damage here. Just a reminder here, the range personnel need to be on the maws and melee personnel need to be on the tentacles. The eyes, we need to damage them as best as we can, but they are not the priorities. The priorities are the two, the maws and the tentacles, and then the eyes would be after that.
If there are no tentacles to attack melee, you technically can attack the maws. You just have to be very careful and not take stacks of the acid. But that really shouldn't be too often because usually there's almost always going to be a tentacle or an eye to kill.
Yeah. And the stacks that Drax's talking about, it's 4 stacks. So you do have some time. But if you do get 4 stacks, you'll basically be charmed. Are you mind controlled or charmed? Or like, are you just.
You're thinking
hostile?
of muttering a betrayal.
Yeah, it's not the acid. The acid, they just cast at range people.
Yeah, give me 1 second, Scott. All right, give me a second for groups.
Yeah, it's the acid splash. It does 90k nature damage in a 4-yard radius.
No, that's not the issue. KO linked what the problem is for melee attacking the maws.
Ah, okay.
You can't stop the acid. That's just you just gotta stay spread out as a raid group.
Scott, do you think you can handle the melee camp on your own?
Should be able to.
All right, just remember, Scott, you got to be inside of the tentacles with the groups.
Yep.
Get line of sighted. Yep. Okay. All right. So as far as the obviously killing the ads, they will replicate some abilities that Dressagath does. The biggest one we're really worried about here is Entropic Crash, and we just got to get out of that. I think that's been killing a lot of people here, and Throes of Agony. So those are the big ones. Just make sure, especially melee camp, if you're killing a one of the tentacles and the crash comes in, get out and then come back in. It's probably easier to handle it that way instead of rolling the dice and possibly dying from there too. So just make sure whenever the ads are basically duplicating his abilities that we're still handling it the same way. All right, you'll have to find a safe zone because his crash is pretty big too. So just keep that in mind here, that all the void beams and the crashes are still going to happen as many ads. Each ad does it. On depending on how many are up, the more we'll have to dodge. Okay. All right. So let's just jump in here. Let's see how this looks. And let's go from there. Drac, just kind of coordinate the melee camp just so they know where it's going on. I don't know if you have a particular marker in mind if you want to start off with, but let me mark Drac with a marker so the melee camp knows where he's going. All right, who's got moving on him?
Either follow me or just hit whatever tentacle is orange, has an orange glow. Because that's the one that's debuffed.
Yeah, shortly after the pull, we'll get one tentacle and one maw. So range of maw, melee and tentacle. What I was doing last time, even though we only had a few pulls, was I hitting hero after we got those first buffs to kill the boss.
Yeah. I was going to follow up here that I also did read Tide, because I know last time we were grabbing those orbs right away. And I also read that we should let them be. And then once all the ads are down, we grab those orbs. And hero when the time that you're talking about healing.
Yeah, what I understood is if you're only doing that if you're falling behind on ads. I don't know how long the orbs stick around. They may despawn at a certain point.
All right, let's just science it. Let's leave the orbs. And then let's see what happens. If it ends up being that we need to grab the orbs right off the bat, then we'll do that. But let's just leave them for now. Let's see how long they hang out. All right, let me drop a feast. But just so everybody knows what the idea, what Tide is talking about here is we clear all the ads before the next set of ads come out. And then basically everybody has an orb, Tide heroes, and we just go to town on dress for as long as we can.
And to pick up the orbs, you just walk over them. I think they're little purple kind of half spheres. So make sure you don't accidentally run over them. Yeah, I was more for as soon as the orbs drop to pick it up and use it on the boss. Because I don't think you'll ever have no ads up. The strategy that talked about delaying boss damage was to make sure you you're staying ahead of the ads enough. Or that you aren't using your full time with that buff on the boss. Instead, you're only using half of it and then going to the ads. But it really has to do with what your raid damage is like and whether you fall behind on ads. Because it's not a tight timer on the boss for like an enrage.
All right, well, let's leave the orbs and let's find out where we stand. Everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I can't get them both. Alpha crash.
Ma's up. By green. I thought we were not getting orb. Did I misunderstand that?
Yeah. Did they
leave
despawn or did somebody pick them?
Despawn.
Oh,
Okay.
Orbs despawn.
Okay. Well, now we know.
tentacle over here.
Bringing it. Oh, it's on kill.
Tanks don't have to be right next to it. You can kind of hit clip it with the edge so that melee can still stay with it.
Get Scott up. Out of the crash.
So I'm sorry, are we picking up orbs now or not?
Yeah, we should be. We have nothing else to do. Yeah, they despawn.
Okay.
Just saw them despawn.
So, let's keep going with this pull, but next pull we'll just pick them up as we get them. But at least we know now what's going on with them. So as soon as you get an orb, just come over here and start going to town undressed. And then when your debuff drops, go back to killing.
We need a debuff on this tentacle over here.
Coming. Oh, I don't have it yet.
You don't have aggro.
I hard taunt every single time. I don't know what's going on.
Tentacle over on orange.
Always Moss first. Eyes are always last priority.
I'm coming. Getting them both. Dodge. Out of the slams.
Tentacle over on green. Oh, there's one over on red as well.
I got a maw and eye together. I'm going to take mine there.
Gnaw them to the bone.
Melee head to red.
Yep, Kale will meet you over there.
Maul over in the back towards.
Yeah, purple ads are debuffed. I'll hit him again. Dodge.
Tentacle over on red.
I'm on by red too.
Dropping over here.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Tanner,
in
make
the
sure you're not
gas.
ranging your healers.
I was line of sight of on the gas.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to jump out to keep myself alive and he died.
Alright, just make sure that you guys know.
It's the downside of melee.
Haley, go hang out with melee camp.
Todd Junks.
Dodge. Out of the crash.
Tentacle.
Seed is going right on the tentacle by the.
Second boss if you haven't used them.
Can I get innervate, please?
Melee on tentacle here.
Drop mine on X.
Burn them down.
Oh, Jesus. Dropping all by green. Mm-hmm. Dodge.
GG.
See, you just needed me to come in and clean up. First try.
And it's not a boss kill unless Tanner dies.
It's the way of things.
Alright, the big boy himself now.
He is actually really not that bad. I got home from class super early on Thursday, so I got to do it with my guild. He's not that bad if you're really, really organized.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta be really organized.
But we only had like 2 melee though, so I don't know how this is gonna go.
Oh well, that's yeah. The more range you have for this fight, the easier it is.
Well, yeah.
We'll be alright. We'll get him.
It's just a lot of healing the last phase.
Can we just jump down here?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Some of us can fly.
There's water.
Yeah. Just looks cooler when you can fly.
Well, actually, yeah, never mind. We do get a bubble that takes us back up, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Warning. Reduction of contamination required for anchor deployment.
You will never be rid of me.
Just drag him back towards Ny'alotha. Okay. All right. So everybody obviously remembers this fight on normal. The only change we're getting here is let me look up.
Touch of the Corruptor.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. Touch of the Corruptor. So basically, one person's going to be selected, and you are going to be mind controlled and start running to other people.
I think it's more than one. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's more than one.
It's two, I believe.
It's two.
Okay. All right, so two people get selected, and if you let that person hit you, then you become mind controlled, and it basically just keeps adding on and adding on. So what needs to happen is we have to basically nuke them down to get them out of the mind control effect, and then it's business as usual from there. So from what I understand here is we basically just kind of, before that ability comes in, we just kind of loosely spread out. That way we're not immediately next to somebody that potentially could be mind controlled, and then from there we just do some CCs and then basically get him out of that. Get him out of that effect.
So he's going to cast at 100 energy, and that basically means once per phase one near the end. So you'll be able to predict when it's coming. Big spread, identify the person, CC them, ranged, then need to DPS them down to below 1/3 health.
Okay.
No,
that's the only change.
Melee really can't damage them because once you get into melee range, you're going to instantly become mind controlled.
Okay.
It's basically just like a 5-ish yard purple circle around the person that's MC'd, and they come at you kind of quick. But you can like taunt people. If you have like a hard taunt, you can taunt them and they'll run at you, so you can kind of get them away from people. But any kind of CC like Ring of Peace or Roots works pretty well, and they're just stuck there.
Yep. Let's jump in. Let's see how it looks here. The one change I do want to make here, I know on normal we started here, but in actuality, I want us to end here where we are now in phase 4. That way we're the furthest away from all the open hearts and stuff like that. And that way, when the ads do come out, we're at the furthest point from all them. So we are going to be starting. Let me put the markers on. Give me a second.
Tide, did you say you've never done this before?
No, I honestly, I've never ever seen this fight. I watched a video about it.
Me neither.
All right, Junks, can I just give him
Yeah, go ahead.
points?
Well, I said everything.
All right, so basically, you're going to DPS the boss down to 0. Then these 3 little vagina hole things on the walls, they're going to expose organs. We're going to DPS 1 organ, and then once the organ's dead, the boss is going to respawn, and we basically just repeat that until all 3 organs are dead, and then we DPS the boss one last time and we win. The organs are going to spam an interruptible cast. If the cast goes off, it spawns a blood. The blood will fixate on a player and then put a stacking dot on them. So ads need to be cleaved down, and then fixated players need to run away. During the phase 1 where we're DPSing the boss, just don't stand in front of him. He has an eye beam, and then also players are going to get targeted by a laser, very similar to how it was in Opulence in Dalaran lore. Just please, especially if you're in melee, don't drag the laser beam through the boss. Just drag it behind you, because we're already limited on melee space. And then during the organ phase, like I said, there are going to be some ads that spawn, and then the only other mechanic is players are going to be targeted by corrupted blood or something like that. It's just an orange circle that you have to move away from everyone else from, and just don't be in anyone else's circle. Pretty straightforward.
What organ, order are we killing?
Junks, what order do you want to do that in?
It's green, yellow, which is behind them, and then orange. All right. So,
are we not interrupting the non-DPS organs? We're just killing the ads.
We are going. So the tanks are going to be going. The organs aren't tanked. So if I remember correctly, one tank's going to be at yellow. The other tank's going to be at orange.
There's basically a 15-second cooldown in between each cast time, so you definitely will be able to interrupt them every time.
Once you kill an organ, it basically will start spamming ads, and we can't do anything to stop that. So that's sort of the how the fight revs up. So by the end, all 3 organs are going to be spawning ads, and we can't do anything about that. So there's going to be a bunch of ads, and so it's just going to be a mess. And so really do your best to not get tagged by them. Drag them through melee so they can get cleaved down.
Did you talk about purple swirly and the laser?
Yes. Like I said, sorry, I mentioned that. Just please don't drag it through melee. Drag it behind you.
If you're ranged, you should stay at the wall. Like, that should just be where you stand. Don't go anywhere else until we're on the organs, because that shit persists through the whole fight, and it makes everything miserable when you have a blood chasing you.
Okay, you got it all, Tide?
Yeah, I think so. We hero after we kill all the organs, right?
Yeah, well, once that last organ is dead and we're all in position, go ahead and hero.
Got it.
All right, so everybody come over to green. So like I said, we're going to start on the green side here because that entrance area, I want it to be clean for the last phase. So, Kale, you'll start on Star.
Can we stand, though, as ranged, like, over here? Because when we're fighting this organ and all the purple or the orange circles are around us, we have to stand over in green. And if there's purple shit everywhere, it's going to be annoying to deal with. Does that make sense? Like, can we just stand, like, right here where me and Scott are? So that when the lasers come out and hit ranged people, we're not dragging the purple all near green?
Let's go back up here. So, Kale, start on green. Everybody else over here on me. All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3,
Pre-pop.
2, 1.
Was it after every one or two, Kel?
I think it's 2.
Okay.
Spread for Corruptor. Identify and CC.
Necro has it.
Tide has it.
Tide.
Range, you need to do the DPSing. Oh.
Yep. Go ahead, wipe it up.
Yep.
Or if we can wipe it up.
If you everyone
No
get
means
mind.
no.
Everyone gets mind. Everyone come in the circle and get mind control. The boss will reset. We'll keep all our buffs.
Should have said that before I started this shit.
What are we doing?
The hunter pet.
Killing my
We're
pets.
fighting the pets.
Killing the pets.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I didn't anticipate that.
Oh, okay. Arres. Oh, she got.
Who were the original 2 that were selected?
Tide and Necro.
I think it was 3. I saw 3 at the start. It might scale at the right size.
I know Tide and Necro got it. Anyone else get it at first?
I got it.
Was it 2? And
Who got it then went right to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got to be a big spread. Big spread, guys. Especially for melee. No little dinky 5-yard spread. It's got to be, really make use of the real estate.
There's also a delay when they start. You can stun them.
All right, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread for touch the Corruptor.
Necro has it.
Sin.
Range DPS, take him down.
3 have it.
Oh, there we go.
God, I just
Yep.
beeline
Just
for
ran
you,
in.
Scott.
Yeah. People
I didn't even see you until it's too late.
Just get MC'd.
I can't.
You can't if you already were.
I'll take you all with me.
Oh, Val and I are killing the pet.
Yay.
This is so ridiculous.
The fucking pets.
No, thank you. Then I'm glad we killed him fast because I was almost out of.
So if you get the laser beam, I think you probably want to try to drop that in like a little circle patch, instead of just running randomly around.
Yep, that's what we've been doing on normal. Everybody should know that.
See, a lot of this is on range DPS for the MC. Because melee are pretty much dead in the water. They can help CC if they have a range CC, but
I
really are no good.
Was there a mind control in ranged there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Trent who was over here.
I should have focused him down first. I had imprisoned Sin.
Yeah, it was Sin that got the whole group, though.
Scott that got put on me and then broke them in prison. And then I beelined it for Scott.
CC's only last a few seconds. My paralysis only lasts like 5 seconds on.
I think it's like a PvP thing if you use
So
paralysis on.
Just a thought here, because of we're not really dealing with a lot of ads in the first phase. Let's eat up more of the space of the room for that mechanic. That way, we can make sure that we can CC the people that we need to be CC. Obviously, all the successive phases from there on out, we'll have to adjust fire. But for this first one, we do have a lot of space to work with. So just spread out when that time comes. Are the Corruptor's Gaze, is that coming out at the same time? Did anybody see?
Yes, the laser came out right before the MCs did.
Okay, all right.
That's the laser, isn't it?
Yeah, that's laser. Yeah. Okay,
No,
never mind then. Then if the laser is coming at the same time that the mind controls are going out, then disregard what I just said, because I don't want that shit accidentally dropping off in different sections. All right,
Yeah,
we'll just have to keep focusing. Yeah, we'll just have to keep working with what we got going on right now. Check for pull. All right, well, we've seen it a few times, so it's just like Drax said before, we just got to make sure we get a good spread to make sure that we're not instantly getting mind controlled here. Everyone's ready. Here we go. Poor Chubb.
Rip.
5, 4, 3,
Pre-pot.
2, 1.
Spread for touch, the Corruptor.
These are lasers right now.
Nicker's got it.
Good job.
All right, finish him off.
Okay, I'll go to Star. I'll go to Moon. I mean Orange.
How many times does that MC thing happen?
Once per phase 1. So 4 times total. All right, back to boss. If you're fixated, drag the ad through melee.
And Kevin.
Spread for Touch of the Corruptor.
Sin.
And Drac.
Nicely done. Reset.
Don't watch those beams through melee. We really have nowhere to stand hardly now.
Yeah, range needed to reset to outside.
Hurry up. Get him down before he gets the second touch off. Alright, good job. Alright, clean up ads. Spread for touch.
Tide succeed.
Drac.
Get Kayla up, please.
So we should all be doing whatever we can to avoid getting tagged by those bloods if you're fixated, but the dot is dispellable by healers. So just an FYI in case the healers weren't aware, though, you can dispel that dot.
It still fixates you, though.
Yes, it does. But
the debuff is slow, so just sucks if you have it.
What happens if they do catch up to you, though? Does it, like, explode?
no, what I'm saying is
It hits you and puts a dot on you.
yeah, if it hits you and puts a dispellable dot on you, so you can dispel people who have the dot.
Oh, okay. I was running from it because I thought it would explode if it hit.
No, but it does explode when you kill it. It does raid wide damage, but it's not that bad.
It's really the stacking dot you're concerned about.
So Drac, I'm just thinking out loud here, because it seems like I see people rooting or freezing or whatever, the people that get mind controlled, but then it just seems like they get broken out like immediately, and it's really ineffective. Is this something where we should kind of coordinate as far as, okay, 2 CCs go out, and then we focus fire one, then the focus fire the next one, you know?
I mean, we can try. I guess it really depends on if whatever we're doing isn't working, we might have to try a more focused strategy. When I did it, it was more just CC them and then range DPS them down. There really wasn't much more besides that.
Right. And we're getting the first part down, but it just seems like they're getting attacked immediately in their CC breaks, or, you know, whatever they may have.
Yeah, so I mean, really, it's knockbacks and slows are important.
Yeah, slows work continually. Like, I just keep frost shocking.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you were a mind control target and then you get broken out, like a melee, you won't get re-mind controlled from my experience. So
yes, that's true.
Break people out.
I just figured that out as well. So if you're broken out, you can, as a melee, you definitely can help free other people.
Okay. So just a reminder, those that beam, the focus beam, it looked like one leaked over to orange. So by the time Kale and I got to orange, we were in a pretty shitty spot. So just remember, try to keep them in this section on the first phase here, so it doesn't bleed over too much into orange. I know we're spreading out, and then I know those beams come out at the same time, but just keep that in mind while you spread out and find a safe zone.
Typically, what seems to work best is to keep ads under control, is immediately after the organ phase, clean up ads and then focus boss. And then after that, just cleave down any ads that spawn after that.
Like you said, Drac was saying, running the ads towards the boss too, so they aren't chasing people around the outside.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
I can read.
Sorry, Junks, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in that, we haven't gotten there yet, but in the very final fourth phase, you're probably going to have to make a call, Junks, whether we just hero and ignore ads or not, just because the ads are going to get so overwhelming that it's going to be a tough call whether or not we even deal with them or not.
Can we CC and, well, can we slow ads?
Yeah, I think so.
They become immune after like 20 seconds of being
okay.
up.
All right. Check for pull. Let's just focus on getting to that last phase. All right. Everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The feeding begins.
Spread for touch.
I'll spread for touch.
Drag.
And Chubb.
Chubb.
Save cooldowns for the boss phase. Kill ads. Kill boss.
Remember, range should be back towards the wall.
Spread for corruption.
Sin.
Gunther Steel.
You need to be a little faster on those MCs. We can. Hurry up, focus boss. Next touch in 10 seconds, hurry up. Let ads come to the organ and cleave them down.
Are we on circle or?
Yeah, no. We should be on star.
Whoop.
Why are
I was
people on?
thinking.
Clean up ads. Focus boss.
Try your best not to creep up too much into the orange side.
Spread for touch.
Snickers in the back.
Chubb in the back.
I'm CJ.
All right, just everybody wipe it up.
Damn it, Kayla, you're running Twilight Devastation.
Yep.
Yeah, you nailed me with that.
What is Twilight Devastation?
12% of my health goes out against everybody.
Destroy your
God.
friendlies. Yeah.
Yeah, Rip Drag.
Yeah. Tanks with their stupid high HP.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break here.
Didn't exactly work for you, did it, Moo?
I'm a demon hunter, bro. Relax. Come on. Oh, look who!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Now.
I landed on it.
Bet you wish you had some wings, huh?
Fuck it, I'm just going AFK. I'm gonna run back next time.
I'm gonna remember that 10-0.
I'm back.
fuck's sake. Why am I having such a hard time jumping down a fucking hole? Not again.
I'll get ya.
No, I need a repair now.
I'll drop a hammer when we everybody gets back.
Everybody being me trying to make it down this fucking hole. I've clipped the wall every time.
Don't try. Are you trying to jump off the little black spike thing? Oh, okay.
I'm just walking off the edge. Millimeter safe. Fuck now. That was harder than it should have been.
If we can, we need to try and get through those MC sections as quick as possible because even that second phase 1, we're about 5 seconds away from casting a second mind control. So that's only going to get tougher as the fight goes on. So we just need to do whatever we can to push through those mind control phases as quick as possible.
Just want to see who's back. All right, well, I'm already checked. All right. One thing I do want to bring up here is the beam placement. That shit's just all over the place. So these next few pulls we get in here, or for the rest of the night, however long we're on here, let's just work on that. Let's work on making sure that we practice on getting those debuff circles from the beam in a nice tight circle. That way we can kind of maximize the space that we have for when the mind controls do get out. Because sometimes I do see some folks who are stuck between a rock and a hard place when it comes to trying to run away, and then they got some pulls they got to run away from at the same time. So I'm hoping that if we work on minimizing how much space those pulls eat up, it'll probably reflect better on handling the mind control situation as well. So again, yeah, just make sure let's work on that. Let's make sure we try to get those debuff circles in a nice tight circle. Agreed. Just like Trent said, especially for range personnel who have the ability to kind of move on the fly, you can eat up a previous zone The caveat to that is you'll probably be close to an ad when they spawn from the organs, so just keep that in mind. But obviously, it would help to minimize how much space we're eating in the next zone that we start working on. Right. It's a judgment call. If you can make it work, that's better for us as a team. But if not, just work on making sure you keep it on a nice, tight, small zone. All right. Let me drop. Does anybody need a feast? I think so. Yeah, let me just drop one. And yep, last check. Can you drop a cauldron bowl? Thank you. There's a hammer up too if you haven't used it yet, guys.
Yeah, Drak.
Good call, my 29%.
If we never called it, you were going to lose durability.
It's probably true.
So just like we reiterated in the beginning of the encounter, range personnel and healers, do your best to try to stay as close to the edges of the room as you can to drop those pulls. I know it's a high movement fight, especially when the MC ads start coming out, and the regular ads. So just do your best, just so we can kind of keep a nice, clean traffic lane for everybody to kind of move around in. All right, check for pull. Everyone's ready. Here we go. Making good progress. Let's keep it clean here.
4, 3,
Pre-pot.
2, 1.
Keep it in a tight circle.
Spread for touch.
Be careful of that orange zone. We need that clear. Try to get out of there.
Very good on the MCs.
Out of the orange zone for the next gaze.
Moo, that's you.
Tight circles, guys. Tight circles.
Spread for touch.
Necro.
Get Necro up, please.
I have no idea how I died.
I got him, Kill. I think I... Yeah, I forgot to talk.
You have 3 stacks.
Alright. I don't know why. It was showing you had 2. Alright, he's phasing.
The star.
Go to star, guys.
That was weird. I don't know why it showed you had 2.
Clean up ads.
Alright, let's try to use up as much as the old space as we can as well.
Focus boss. Drag ads through melee if you're fixated. Spread for touch.
Quickly, get Drac, guys. Get Drac. Give me 6 seconds, Kale.
Hurry up, Ny'alotha.
Got him.
We're gonna have another touch, it looks like.
Spread. Off Ilganoth. On the circle.
Right. Gotta get these ads down.
Get Scott up.
Just DPS, I'll deal with interrupt.
Cleave down those ads. All right, finish up those ads, and then we'll pop hero. All right. Once the ads are mostly cleaned up, burn boss.
I was just helping out with the ads, Kel. Second pots. Try your best to try your best to just kind of kite them.
Spread.
All right, it's a wipe.
Close.
Yep, getting there.
Might have been able to do if we didn't have that second mind control phase.
Your light fades. Your tether weakens.
So obviously in that last phase, we're not going to be able to clean up all the ads entirely, but we should just, you know, lower their numbers a bit and then just burn the hell out of the boss.
Yeah, I think we need to aim to try to go into that phase with less up.
Yeah. So we can also, yeah, when we enter the organ phase, we can clean up a little bit there too.
In that last phase, if we can get a lot of the ads together, I can use my vortex so that they can slow down a little bit.
Yeah, they do become immune to any pushback after like that 20 seconds somebody mentioned. That was the issue I had, is I had one chasing me for so long that it just was on me. I couldn't drop it.
Yeah, those mind controls, though, especially in the first phase, were really clean. We got through them real fast.
Just a reminder, again, like I said, those lasers that are chasing us. If you're caught in the middle, just stay there. The last thing I want us to do is you trying to, course correct and get back to the edge. Don't worry about that. Just if you're caught in the middle, just try to keep it right there, because I'd rather have you keep a small circle in there rather than a large line going across the raid. All right, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Pre-pop.
1.
That's a tight circle.
Yeah, that was really good.
And that's 2 of them.
Spread for touch.
Tide.
Good job. Just like that every time.
We got a lot of space to try to utilize some of the old air.
Yeah, but a lot of us are over here.
Spread. Good job. Finish him off.
Melee start making your way around. Marge claim.
Got a star.
You were there first. I still got the interrupt.
I'll let you have it. Saw that big old shield flying behind me.
Alright, clean up ads after this. Alright, after this ad's down, the boss.
We got lots of space. You utilize what we have.
Spread for touch.
Sin.
Drac. Good job. Keep focusing, boss. Cleave ads. Keep pushing him.
Get tied up.
Gonna be close. Good job.
Again, everybody just DPS. I'll handle interrupt.
Try to bring in these ads here. I'll see if I can chain them. Oh fuck, that went too far.
Alright.
Alright, we lost some space, so just work with what we got here.
Pop here when you get a chance. We'll burn the hell out of the boss.
I'd grab dagger off you. Get Scott up.
Spread for touch.
I can meta the next one, kill.
Okay.
Cog's coming to tank. Get borrow. Borrow still MC'd.
He got me.
Yeah, there's not much we can do here.
We're right there.
Yep. It's all about real estate too. That wasn't really pretty at all for real estate for that last phase, so.
It was really good for the first couple of phases.
Yeah.
And then it got turned into a shit show.
Yeah. That's I'm gonna tell you guys right now, that's gonna be the name of the game right there. As long as we have some space to maneuver around and run away from the people that are mind controlled, we'll be in good shape. So just keep that up. Just like Drax said, the first three were good. It was just that last one got a little sloppy. So let's make sure we do that. But that was 25%. Let's get back at it.
25% of already beating him 3 times, so it was more like, yeah, 5% total health. I'm wondering if we should just totally ignore ads in that final phase, and then just burn the shit out of the boss.
It's a pain in the ass for ranged.
Yeah, I think at that point it becomes impossible to do anything because we're just having to constantly move around.
Yeah.
Healers too.
If anything, we should at least get a good chunk down, and then, just like you said before, Drac, then we'll make the call from there. Ignore. But yeah, we should definitely try to get some of them down as much as possible. Check for pull.
Healers should, of course, be prioritizing dispels on those that have more than one stack of the dot.
I can't see how many stacks you have. I just dispel when I see it.
Also, healers, not picking on you here, but obviously all the DPS helps. So if you have some, if you can weave in some kind of DPS cast in between your regular casts on the mind control ads, that will certainly help.
Was that a hint?
No, just saying anything else.
You use weave. I think that was a hint.
All right, everyone's ready. Here we go. Okay, Scott. Fist weave. Go ahead.
5, 4, 3,
Pre-pot.
2, 1.
Tight circles.
Spread.
Move, Ted.
Good job. Spread.
Let's make quick work of these ads. The mind controls.
Drac in the back. Good job. Alright, get this guy down. Alright, clean up these ads.
All right, gaze is incoming. We got to keep these clean from here on out, guys. Get to Il'gynoth or the edge. If you're in the middle, just stay in the middle. Keep it tight.
Can you get Kale up? Spread for touch. Hard on, boss. Go, go, go. Gonna get a second one out. Spread. Alright.
Wrap up the mind controls.
Kill Tide. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, we got people on the organs.
I thought I could jump over you, Tide. That didn't work.
You jumped over and then got mind controlled.
Run, Val.
Join us. Well, you may as well get mind control at this point.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna call it there. I think at this point, we might need to do a couple more clears, get some better gear before we can really try to push that third one before getting to mind controls.
Yeah, just a tad more DPS.
Yeah. All right, good weekend, guys. We definitely got some progression bosses down, so that's certainly something to be proud about for this week. Enjoyed the rest of your week off from WoW rating, and I'll see everybody next week. Cheers.
All right, thanks all.
Have a good one.